We're going to talk about the rush into Bitcoin ETFs in this crypto show because they're still strong, even though it looks like the Fed will lower rates. Is Bitcoin's price going to keep going up? Let's look into that until August. We are excited to talk with Greg from XRP Las Vegas. We will pay close attention to what he has to say. Regarding the XRP case, we expect to get some paperwork. Yes, we have made up our minds. We'll put it out there even though we can't see it tomorrow. We'll give you the information you need to move forward, and then we'll quickly go over the accepted XRPs. Stay calm and settle in. Let's look at Bitcoin at $64,800 now. It's gone down by 28% in the last day. 3.99 Ethereum depeg as US dollars are still added, even if the value is down 1.7% of US dollars. XRP is having a hard time at 54 cents or 53 cents, which is 538. All cryptocurrencies have a market value of 2TR39, which is $1 billion. This is for people who keep an eye on their homes. Let me explain, but let's look at another cryptocurrency we talked about before. People will see this. That's not going to happen. We will, however, take out at least $5. 5 times. Let us make some degen plays if that doesn't make you happy. They are very risky, though. You will lose money if your degen play doesn't make you any money. We're sure that these careful calls will make us a profit of 5 to 20 times, though, so we should be in a good spot by the end of next year. We set a new record. People, this is my project. At the moment, this is written down in the XRP record. In just 5 days, we've sold 196 NFTs. It's crazy that 196 NFTs were sold in 5 days. We're not talking about projects that everyone is talking about because they want to be a part of the new wave. We're talking about a project that has been planned for 18 months now. I'm not talking about the small projects that say get out of NFT for 10x or 10XRP, no matter how important each month is to the project. On the XRP platform, you found another project that has been going for 6 months. With the launch of their new product, they are giving away 196 NFT for 5 days. They're not, though. They really are NFTs. These NFTs are grown-ups. Each of these NFTs is worth 165 boxes. They bring in extra money for you every month. And I want to give you some tips. This is true, and I've told other people about it. She was there yesterday and is having trouble. I promise that they are after her. In her Telegram, she runs pump and dump groups, and they always come to her. She charges crazy amounts of money. She types in amounts of money, takes away the value of the cryptocurrency holdings, and then charges that much. We've seen price changes followed by a running, pumping, and dumping. Because there are so many Bitcoin ETFs, if the market crashes, she will probably end up in jail with SPF. Stay strong, because Wall Street hopes that even though the Fed lowered interest rates, investors will still keep pouring money into Bitcoin ETFs. The most important things are Wall Street's rise and rising hopes for price cuts. On Monday, the most money came into Fidelity from other funds. There are 4,400 Bitcoins in Hong Kong Bitcoin ETFs, which went live last week. Interest rates have been lowered by the Federal Reserve, and the cease of fire in Israel give people new hope. From what the market says, Bitcoin investors got off to a good start last week. The statement says that $217 million was taken out of Bitcoin ETFs on Monday. GBDC, the GCEA SETF, saw a net inflow of 3.9 million people and institutional funds into ETFs for the second day in a row. We can't close the bottle and then open it again. It's going to stay. It's over, and it will still exist. It's not going to quit beating. It's important to remember this. As I said before, the big money wouldn't go away once it came in, and you already know that it hasn't. Will Bitcoin's price stay the same until August? The price of Bitcoin has changed a lot this year. Since not many people really know how the price of Bitcoin might do, let's look at some expert views and macroeconomic trends. Let's drag the mouse down. We talk about being aware of what's going to happen. This is what the Bitcoin liquidity measure looks like. A well-known cryptocurrency market called Recreational Capital thinks that Bitcoin could reach its highest point between the middle of December 2024 and the beginning of March 2025. It could give you a parabolic blow-off. We also think there will be a peak in that time frame. We're looking for the Bitcoin growth, which we can see right now. When are we going to get? It's easy to understand because we're always in chop range when we talk about this. After the cut, there will be a huge splash. Bitcoin is expected to be worth more than $100,000 by the end of the year. After that, people pay attention to this. Wonderful XRPs. Greg Kidd told Vegas, when we talk about the US, there aren't many pros. There is, of course, the US dollar. It's used all over the world, right? As you heard, the question about English is whether it's good enough. Jesus said that enough should be enough for everyone. This means that the US dollar could work when backed by cryptocurrency instead of just on these bad 50-year-old tracks during transfer service business hours. This is how trades happen on the XRP ledger and other places. Why shouldn't this dollar be the currency of the country? It's already there. If we just make Star Trek's normal world out of tokenized crypto reals, everyone can live there. The world looks like it could be in the future. People on Star Trek don't care about you. Some money moves around in the background when you pay for the lithium crystals or triplets. Now we have that technology thanks to the Federation Romans and the Klan. Before, it didn't exist at all. The US can decide to be in charge. If it doesn't, dollars will still be used as money. Because the US is run by people who live abroad, it is strategically important for us to lead instead of follow, which is why we have the right tools. It's a strategic goal, and I will do everything I can to make sure the US leads and doesn't follow or get in the way. I think that some parts of the US political structure are against this. Greg Kidd said some very interesting things here. He said that the US should lead and fully back the AA trails with a crypto stable coin, which makes me think that Ripple is joining the stable. We already had a place to test stablecoins in Palau. I'm still waiting for my PAL ID, what's going on over there. In other words, they're in step 2 or 3 of the test right now. What do they have to do? It's interesting that people who use XRP are backing the US dollar. As I've said before, this is just a test. What the US Fed is doing is right. Lawsuit is. Final filings for XRP. The SEC says it has given its final answer in the remedy phase, which makes the legal dispute with Ripple Labs worse. We don't really know what's going on, but people are getting more and more excited as the date for the public release of the sealed papers gets closer. People still can't get to these papers, which have stolen remedies, reply briefs, and supporting exhibits. We will turn in the versions with public redactions and any heavily edited parts on Wednesday. The other goal for tomorrow is May 8th. We will make documents related to this on May 8th. We need to know about May 13th and 20th. After those times, we can start getting information. Soon there will be more juicy information. I'll take care of that tomorrow, promise. After that, we get this from Smoke for you. The Market Infrastructure Committee and the Payments Committee have recognized Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as official payment systems. They did this by looking at international standards as part of their governing work. The value of Ripple and XRP is going down in the system. Also, aren't Ethereum and Bitcoin interesting? Is it true that Augustine Carson and Brad Garlinghouse were sitting in the same room? While things are getting worse, we know that the IMF has ties there. But you know what? When you deal with money, you deal with the government. It takes time to deal with banks because they are run by powerful organizations that are like world leaders, like the BIS and the IMF. Don't forget that we are traveling. If I'm not wrong, a big move is coming up soon. During this bull period, XRP will go up by a large amount. That being said, I think the price will go up the longer you wait.